Hi. Hello. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me on Vacation Station TV, your virtual getaway. Love you, mean it. Oh, it's Friday. Oh, I can tell it's Friday. There's not much there right now at the moment. There was. There, you can see it now. That's in between the lights. You know what I'm saying? So how's your weekend starting out? Looking good? I certainly hope so. It's going to be beautiful. I certainly hope we're done with the rain. I'm hoping we're done with the rain. It started out all last night. It rained here in the mountains and early this morning, and finally around noonish it kind of just dissipated. I did a video earlier today, but I was not in a good mood. I've had a funeral to go to. I don't like going to funerals, but I have to pay my respects to people who I care about. I'm just not a funeral kind of guy. Never have been. I just have never been. It's macabre, you know. But the cool thing is that when I got there, I think the part that I don't like the most is the body. Ooh, but there was no body. They were cremated. And I go, wow, that's excellent. Excellent. Because I don't want to see dead people. I don't want to, it really affects me. I'm an empath. So it affects me. So that's all over with. Paid my respects. Got to meet a lot of cool people. So that's over and done with. So I am heading to Gatlinburg to show you what's going on. And I'll just chat with you while we go there. Normally I give you the hyperspace and all that, but I'll just chat with you. All right, so what's going on? God, there's so much crazy. Tell me, is it not crazy? Is this nation not crazy? Is there something in the water? There's something in the water. I'm pretty sure of it. Over 70 college campuses in our nation were taken over by animals, by elite animals, kids that don't know what they're doing, and it's all being funded by groups that are hate groups. 70 colleges, over 1,700 students or non-students have been arrested, more coming, and it should have not gone for 16 days, because that's what it is, 16 days of kids acting like idiots, and the mom and dads, you're idiots for allowing your children to act like this. They don't even know what they're wearing those rags around their heads represent. Excuse me. It represents violence and hate and anti-Semitism, and I will not tolerate that. I don't care what your personal beliefs are, but in college, there are rules and regulations. And obviously, these Marxist colleges do not care. Finally, they have succumbed to the people's demands that they're tired of this. Now, if I was, let's say, a very, very rich benefactor of sending a lot of money to colleges, I'd yank it out right away. But the problem there is that those people are just as radicalized as their students are. So before you send your little Johnny and Janie off to college, I would investigate what their curriculums are about. Are they radical? Are they left-wing? Are they a liberal college or a conservative college? I would never send my kids to any of these 70 colleges that are involved with this lunacy. You have a right to protest. I'm all for it. Peaceful protest. The moment it steps over the gray area to violence, hate speech, and radical beliefs and cornering people just because of their religion, because that's what they're doing, they're so full of hate, they're so full of anti-Semitism. And I feel bad for the Jewish kids, because I'm sure their great-grandparents remember when this happened. If you have studied your history, you know that this happened in Germany and other countries in and around that area, but it started out in Germany, where first it was the hate speech, then it was, of course, the Kristallnacht, the night of the breaking glass, and then it led to murder. And that's what these animals are starting. And of course, they're all from the Middle East. Now, I'm not saying that all Middle Easterners are bad, but these radicalized ones in college need to be dealt with. Now, my solution is a little bit more radical than what they were doing. Many of those students have been suspended. I would expel them and then ship the other ones out of the country, because to me it's treasonous. You have a right to protest peacefully. You have a right to say and speak your mind peacefully. As soon as you start cornering kids, you start breaking windows, you start commandeering buildings, that's it, you're done. Call in the National Guard, throw them all in a cell together and feed them bread and water. And then ship them out. Expel the kids, expel anybody who's a natural-born citizen, and let Johnny and Janie deal with that with Mommy and Daddy when they find out that Mommy and Daddy's $250,000 of college fees have been thrown out the window. We have to take back this country. We have to not allow it to be taken over by George Soros and the rest of them. We have got to demand a change. And that brings me to another point now. I only got a few minutes to do this, so I can't do my regular 4-hour show that I'm doing radio, so I got to condense this stuff for you guys. The election is coming up, as you know. In November, another election. There is a certain unease in the air. Anybody I've talked to, and I've talked to many people over the last few months. That's what I do when I'm like in the grocery store and stuff. I start talking to people and just finding out what their thoughts are and stuff. And I'm finding out that they too feel that unease in the air. There's something going on, and I don't know what it is, but I do believe that when the time comes for us to be able to go to the voting booths, we won't be allowed to go to the voting booths, because it's clear that the Dems are not going to win, at least according to the numbers in the polls. Now, unless we have another 80 million magical people show up like they did in 2020, it's, oh my God, 80 million people. Where did they come from? I don't know. I know I'm exaggerating on the 80 million, but you know what I mean. All of a sudden, and what'll happen is something is going to take place that is going to prevent us from doing our civil duty, to be able to vote and to be able to voice our opinions. And what it is, I don't know. Is it another pandemic that's going to mysteriously just appear in front of our eyes? Could be. Could it be martial law? Could be. Could it be an invasion? Could be. Could the aliens land? Could be. I don't know what it is. But it's not going to be pretty, and it's not going to be easy for you to go out and vote. It isn't going to happen. Oh, I forgot, of course, the magical boxes full of voting, because you can still mail in vote. And I'm sure right now they're filling out millions of votes somewhere. It's raining right now, unfortunately, because I really wanted to take you through Gatlinburg. I thought it was clearing up, but I guess it's not. And I have a feeling, because of the lesser of all the evils would be to stuff the ballot boxes. You're gearing up now, you get a bunch of your people together, and you just say, keep filling out these forms until I tell you to stop. And what'll happen is, just miraculously, these boxes will show up on the doorstep, and it'll be millions of names that aren't real. And there's no way to check them because you don't need, at least not up until I was last informed, you don't need an ID to prove who you are. So if you don't need an ID, that means, and this is just theoretically, that I could fill out 100 forms and just say I'm this guy, I'm that guy, I'm that guy, this guy, and you put them in the box and they got to count them. Well, right there, it's telling you that something is wrong if you don't show an ID. Right? Think about that. You don't show an ID. How do I know who you are? And you're saying who you are. Are you who you are? You don't know. And this is all planned by the Democratic Party. It is without a doubt, and it's not even a Democratic Party anymore. It's a Marxist Socialist Party. And unfortunately, that's what this world has turned into, at least this nation has turned into. So I'm going to end because I'm in Gatlinburg. Make sure you're registered to vote. Make sure you go out and vote, and make sure you do it right and honestly. Okay, don't let the wolf in the hen house. Because that's what I think is going to go on here. All right. Enough pontificating. Here we are in Gatlinburg. It was nice and clear in Pigeon Forge just a few minutes ago because I was there. But it's not clear here. It's raining. But there are people walking about. Just wanted to share that with you. Because like I said earlier, I was just in not a good mood because I had to go to a funeral and I don't like funerals. But I do know I'll be cremated because I saw the urn that the person was in. Very nice, handmade urn made locally right here. And that's what I want. That's what I don't want to be buried. I don't want bugs going through my eyes. It's all I think about because, when you watch some of these channels, the History Channel, stuff like that, they dig up these people and my God, there's worms in their eyes and their brains and oh my Lord. It's like, no, because for some reason I think and I know I'm wrong. I just think because that's the way I am. While you're lying there dead, you can feel those worms eating you up. And what a fate worse than death that would be, right? If you knew, because you can't come back and say anything. Getting to the land of the dead is easy. It's getting back that's really, really hard. So, and I don't know anybody who's come back. Nobody. But it's real easy to get there. So it is currently raining, but it looks like it's going to stop in a couple of minutes. But people are still walking in the rain. When you come up, remember I mentioned this the other day. When you come up to the Smoky Mountains, you bring an umbrella and you bring a poncho. Because it could be raining here, and I'm telling you, in Pigeon Forge, it's not raining. Up here in the mountains, the clouds gather and they stay here for a while. And then they move on eventually when they lighten their load. When they lose the rain, then the clouds go up and then they cruise across. But right now, they're dumping their load on Gatlinburg. So if you enjoy my little rants, let me know about it. Comment, like, subscribe. It's all free. I don't charge you for anything. Nada. And once all the lights go on and the rain is gone, people will be out in force because the traffic was thick today. And tomorrow it's supposed to be much nicer. I knew the rain was coming because I could feel it. People scurrying about, trying to get to where they're going. But even in the rain, Gatlinburg is fun. Sorry, it just is. I love Gatlinburg. I love Pigeon Forge. I love being here. This is a happening place. People are, for the most part, everyone is happy or enjoys coming here. That's why this place is the most visited place in the United States, the Great Smoky Mountains. Try to lower the windows a little bit. I don't want to get wet. Some people are smart, they got their umbrella. I always have 2 umbrellas in the car, always. I have in the console a poncho, actually it's a double poncho, and it's there. It's in a little tiny packet. You can buy, see that guy walking right there? He picked that up somewhere around here. You can pick them up in almost all the stores for a couple of bucks. And you don't get wet. When you're done, you throw it out. These people have their umbrellas. See, they're the smart ones. People that aren't smart are getting wet, and they're probably going to get sick. So I'm very happy that Rosie Bear is back. Thank you for all the well wishes for Rosie and the new babies. They're very happy. Rosie looks healthy as can be for just giving birth to 3 babies. And she's doing well. And no, for the idiot that said, you're feeding the bears, I'm not feeding the bears, bozo. I put out bird seed for the birds. And if the bears want to eat it, who am I to go up to the bear and go, no, 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 don't eat that, because a fed bear is a dead bear. How stupid is that? That person has to be a wacko left Marxist. Has to be. I do not feed the bears. The bears feed themselves. Am I to stop Rosie and her babies from eating all the blackberries on my property? I've got tons of blackberry bushes. They're always eating them. Should I chase them away? Don't eat those beautiful, delicious, succulent, sweet blackberries. Don't, because this wacko leftist doesn't want me to feed you, and I'm not feeding you. Mother Nature is. So I can say, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. Go jump off a cliff or run in front of a bus. But it's interesting how many people reply back, with negative to that person, because they're an idiot. I'm on one of my rants. Don't get me started.